Many individuals find themselves waiting for the ideal moment to embark on their journeys, be it to adopt a new habit, pursue a goal, or realize a dream. Yet the harsh reality is that the perfect opportunity often eludes us. Instead of waiting for that elusive moment, consider this. Small, consistent steps taken every day can lead to significant transformations. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in a single sweep. In fact, you need only take one small action. Action is the catalyst that fosters habits, and those habits ultimately sculpt the landscape of your future. Commit to taking action daily, however minor it may seem. Maintain your resolve, keep your focus, and gradually you will navigate closer to your aspirations, one uncomplicated step at a time. As I, Napoleon Hill, have come to realize, embracing daily action does not hinge on grand plans or perfect scenarios. It begins with the conscious choice to move forward even when fatigue, uncertainty, or solitude threatens to hold you back. True success is born from the practice of taking small actions repeatedly, not just during periods of ease, but especially when faced with adversity. The power lies not outside of you. It resides in the simple determination to persist each day. Start before you're ready. So many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect time, a fleeting moment when they will feel sufficiently confident, experienced, and informed. However, the truth remains that perfect moment does not arrive. There will always be uncertainties, fears, and distractions that seem to overshadow the present. For anyone aspiring to grow into the person they are meant to be, the time to start is now, before feeling completely prepared. Many believe they should feel ready before they take action, but the reality is that readiness follows action. Confidence is not a prerequisite, rather it is cultivated this season. Rough, consistent effort. Courage does not equate to the absence of fear, it is the ability to move forward despite it. Each small step taken, even in the face of anxiety or doubt, contributes to an incremental increase in bravery and strength. Over time, this accumulated strength becomes significant. Conversely, waiting for the perfect conditions results in a loss of time. Days slip by, weeks give way to months, and before you realize it, you find yourself still in the same place, merely older. Real change begins with a choice to commence. Just as no flower blooms without a seed being sown, no goal is realized without action taken. Your initial steps may be awkward and mistakes are likely to happen, but that is part of the journey. Every expert begins as a novice. Every strong individual was once weak, and every success story began with someone declaring, "I don't know how, but I will try." The crux of the matter is momentum. Once action is initiated, things start to evolve. You learn by doing, refine your skills along the path, and begin to trust yourself. This self-trust transcends any pre-made plans, innate talents, or tools at your disposal. It is what propels you onward during days when motivation runs low. When you demonstrate to yourself that you can take action, even when you don't feel fully prepared, you foster a belief that you can achieve anything. You need not possess an elaborate blueprint to get started. All it takes is a small action. Rather than saying, "I'll wait until next week," commit to beginning today. Instead of believing you must have everything figured out, ask yourself, what can I do right now with what I possess? Perhaps it's writing a single sentence, walking for 5 minutes, or discussing your ideas with someone. This initial step generates energy, and that energy fuels change. Consider this scenario. Two individuals share the same dream. One insists, "I'll wait until I have more time, more knowledge, and more support." The other acknowledges, "I'll start with what I know today." A year later, one remains stagnant, still contemplating their aspirations, while the other has made tangible progress, gleaned invaluable lessons, and transformed their life. The distinction lies not in intelligence or talent, but in the willingness to begin before feeling totally prepared. Remember, no one ever truly feels ready at the outset. Hence, it becomes crucial to take that first step, even amid chaos or fear. This is where growth begins. Dreams manifest not through waiting, but through initiation. Start before you're ready, and you may discover you were more prepared than you realized. Break it down. When a dream feels overwhelmingly large, it can render you immobile. The enormity of your aspirations may seem daunting, and the question, "Where do I even start?" might loom large in your mind. Due to this perceived insurmountability, you may stall before you've even begun. Yet the path to achieving any major goal isn't found in attempting everything at once. It is revealed through breaking it down into bite-sized tasks. Think about climbing a towering mountain. From the ground, it appears impossible to ascend. However, if you focus on just the initial few steps, then the next, little by little, you will find yourself steadily progressing upward. There's no need to leap to the summit. Simply concentrate on taking the next manageable step. When you deconstruct your goals into smaller, more manageable tasks, they become less intimidating. This approach alleviates pressure and diminishes fear, allowing you to think, "I can handle that," instead of attempting to finish an entire journey in a single day. Completing each small task instills a sense of accomplishment. Each success motivates you to pursue more, generating momentum that propels you further. The significance lies not in the size of the action taken, but in the consistency of actions performed. Small daily actions yield far greater impact than sporadic large endeavors. A little effort each day accumulates, transforming individual drops into a stream and eventually a river that can carve its way through stone. So how do you simplify your ambitions? Examine your goal and ask, what is one solitary action I can take today to move closer? If your aim is to improve your health, perhaps start by increasing your water intake. If you want to write a book, maybe commit to drafting a single paragraph. If learning something new is your goal, devote just 10 minutes to studying. While these may not feel monumental, they represent tangible progress. Visualize someone building a small house with their own hands. If they fixate on the enormity of the project, they may feel lost. However, if they commit to placing one brick at a time, they might not see the structure materialize immediately, but inch by inch it begins to take shape. Eventually, they will look back and realize how much they have accomplished, not in one sweeping act, but through countless small endeavors. When tasks are fragmented into manageable components, they become achievable. You regain control over your journey, no longer waiting for a serendipitous moment or a grand opportunity. All it takes is the decision to begin, however modestly. Build your inner belief. Within you, there exists a quiet voice that can uplift you with proclamations of capability or hinder your progress with whispers of doubt. This internal dialogue shapes your self-perception and influences what you believe to be possible. If you find yourself convinced of your inadequacies, whether it's perceived physical weakness, lack of intelligence, or unpreparedness, your actions will reflect that mindset. Conversely, if you nurture a belief in your ability to learn, grow, and conquer obstacles, you will inevitably forge ahead with a greater sense of courage. The most pivotal belief you can cultivate is the one you hold about yourself. Unfortunately, many individuals wait for external validation, craving support from teachers, friends, or figures they look up to. Yet the truth is, you do not require anyone else's faith in your abilities. You only need to believe in yourself. Once you begin to foster even a small measure of self-belief, everything begins to shift. You'll take more risks, rebound more swiftly from setbacks, and ultimately construct the life you desire. Belief forms the foundation of motivation. Without it, you may not even attempt to pursue your goals. Or, should you give it a shot, you are likely to surrender at the first signs of difficulty. However, when you possess belief, you persist through challenges, even in the face of doubt from others. This self-belief empowers you, energizes you, and equips you to progress step by step. So, how do you cultivate belief? Start small. Commit to keeping promises you make to yourself. If you vow to take a morning walk, then walk. If you pledge to practice kindness, then embody kindness. Each time you follow through, no matter how minor the commitment, you reinforce the notion that you can be trusted, thereby strengthening your self-belief. You don't need to accomplish monumental tasks to prove your worth. Simply remain consistent in small acts of self-discipline. One step at a time is sufficient to bolster your confidence. Picture a young boy who has been told he lacks intelligence. He internalizes this belief, avoiding challenges and doubting his potential. But on one occasion, a teacher encourages him to attempt something straightforward. When he succeeds, it ignites a spark within him. Gradually, it is more and more revealing to himself that he is more than the label assigned to him. This newfound belief catalyzes profound transformation in his life. We all encounter moments of self-doubt, which is entirely normal. However, you needn't succumb to those feelings. You can consciously choose to transcend them and rewrite your narrative. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," reframe your thoughts to, "I am learning how to." When faced with failure, remind yourself, "I am growing stronger with every effort." The language you use shapes your internal dialogue, thus influencing your actions. Belief does not arise from receiving a gift from others. Instead, it stems from consistently showing up, putting in the effort, and acknowledging your capabilities. It flourishes when you remind yourself daily that you are not defined by past mistakes or fears, but by your actions, your determination, and your courage. So make it your mission today to nurture belief. Start with small commitments, fulfill those promises, and celebrate each step you take. Remind yourself that you possess the capacity for far greater accomplishments than you might realize. The world may doubt your capabilities, but true self-belief is a powerful catalyst. It unlocks unlimited potential. Establish a daily rhythm. Each day provides you with a choice to passively allow circumstances to dictate your path or to take charge and navigate with intention. Cultivating a daily rhythm empowers you to shape your life proactively, step by step, with a clear focus and steady resolve. A rhythm isn't about achieving perfection or juggling a multitude of tasks. It's about consistently executing a few meaningful actions repeatedly until they become an integral aspect of your being. Often, people mistakenly believe that success emerges from rare moments of serendipity, a lucky break, or an unexpected opportunity. However, real success is cultivated through the consistent actions you take in your daily life, especially when no one is watching. Think of your daily rhythm as the hidden roots of a tree. Although you can't directly observe them, these roots support the tree's growth and stability. When you nurture those roots each day, your life becomes more robust, resilient, and capable of flourishing. A well-established rhythm guides your actions, directing your energy toward what truly matters without squandering time on distractions. Additionally, a daily rhythm helps maintain your composure during challenging times. When difficulties arise, you can rely on your established routines. You won't need to ponder, "What should I do?" because you will already have a plan in place, enabling you to keep moving forward even during moments when motivation may be lacking or clarity is elusive. How can you cultivate this rhythm? Start with the fundamentals. Incorporate daily actions that care for your body, such as walking or stretching. Dedicate time each day to nourish your mind with reading or meditation. Lastly, commit time daily to advancing towards your goals, no matter how small the strides may be. These actions need not be monumental. What matters is their consistency. Day by day, these activities will become part of your daily existence, gradually transforming who you are. Consider the individual who aspires to become both physically and mentally stronger. Instead of crafting an exhaustive to-do list, he simplifies things by choosing just 3 specific tasks. Each morning, he allocates a few minutes to movement, reads a few pages from a valuable book, and dedicates a slice of time, perhaps even just 15 minutes, to pursue his goals. He adheres to this routine every day, not sporadically or only when the mood strikes him. Over time, he evolves into a stronger, wiser, and more focused individual, not due to a single drastic change, but through the diligence exhibited in maintaining a steady rhythm. You needn't overhaul everything at once. That's often the pitfall many encounter. The impulse to achieve significant transformation too swiftly can lead to burnout and failure. Instead, if you establish a rhythm that is stable and uncomplicated, you can create sustainable change. Regardless of where you begin, taking that first step is key. Once you initiate your journey, remain committed to it. Protect your rhythm as if it were sacred, because it truly is. A robust daily rhythm serves as one of your most potent tools. It provides structure, fosters your resilience, and ultimately shapes your future. Each day, it serves as a reminder that the reins of your life lie in your hands, not in chance or fate, but in the simple, repetitive choices you make. Let each day resonate with rhythm and purpose, and over time, those uncomplicated routines will coalesce to create an extraordinary life. While many yearn for a better life filled with growth, achievement, and pride in who they are, it's essential to acknowledge that true growth is rarely comfortable. It does not emerge from remaining in your comfort zone, repeating what you already know, or avoiding the challenges that feel overwhelming. In order to cultivate strength, wisdom, and confidence, you must summon the bravery to venture into discomfort. After all, discomfort is not a foe. It signifies that you are stretching beyond your limits. It indicates that you are engaged in new transformative activities, something to be celebrated rather than feared. Consider this analogy. When a muscle develops, it must endure stress and pressure. Likewise, your courage, resilience, and intellect expand only through facing challenges. No one becomes stronger by remaining stagnant. You grow by advancing, even when you feel trepidation. This notion bears importance because many individuals tend to abandon their pursuits in the face of difficulty. They may embark on journeys but retreat the moment challenges arise. The true winners, the individuals who create lives filled with purpose and fulfillment, do not shy away from discomfort. Instead, they confront it head-on, understanding that uncertainty and struggle are intrinsic to growth, not punishments to be avoided. Growth arises from discomfort. It happens when you confront that sense of unease head-on. Picture yourself standing at the edge of your current limits. If you hesitate in that moment, you forfeit the opportunity to expand, strengthen, and evolve. Embrace discomfort as a crucial part of your journey. It signals that you are evolving beyond what you believe possible. Even when you are unsettled, remember that your legs may quaver, your hands may shake, but facing those uncertainties head-on will lead to progress. Lean into that uncomfortable space, recognizing that every step you take outward expands your range of capabilities. So as you embark on your journey, be willing to embrace discomfort. Accept that it is a requisite companion on the path to personal transformation. Growth does not occur in the absence of challenges, but rather through your willingness to face them directly and assertively. Remember that every time you confront discomfort, you forge resilience. Ultimately, the life you've envisioned awaits on the other side of your comfort zone. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with more motivational content. Like, share, and comment to support our work and spread the message.